Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me? Okay, your mic might be muted or something, because I actually can't hear you. Give me a second. Maybe it's me. No, looks actually fine. Just let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Okay, sounds good.
Hello.
Beautiful, now I can hear you. What's up, man?
Hi, man. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing amazing, having a really good time. Really hyped for the session.
Okay, yeah, I'm excited too. It's my like I said, it's my first coaching session, so I'm excited to see or I'm actually a little nervous because it's like kind of hearing my own voice for the first time because I want to know what I'm need to work on, but yeah.
That's okay. Did you have a session in the MLA before? Because I saw that you are part of the MLA.
Yeah, I joined it not too long ago, but I never actually signed up for a coaching session. Or I did once,
Mm-hmm.
but it put me on the wait list. I guess I didn't have priority, so I never really got to have my own session yet.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, awesome. I mean, let's get right into it. First of all, I'd like to
All
talk
right.
about you for a moment, like
Okay.
your OPGG and what you wanna go for long term and stuff like that. So if you don't mind, make sure to share your OPGG real quick so I can take a quick look at that.
All right. I actually lost like my almost like my last 4 games.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
It's been pretty rough. It's been pretty rough. Um,
Okay, let's see. All right, so as you mentioned, Emerald 4, playing a lot of Qiyana. I love the
yeah,
consistency though. That's amazing. Um, it's not looking too bad, right? I mean, at least stat-wise, it's looking pretty fine. Bit low on the CS, but I think your average deaths are okay for a champion like Qiyana. I mean, you need to limit test a lot, right? And
right.
yeah, no, actually looks good. I just want to take a look at your itemization real quick and
Okay.
see if you are consistent with that, and maybe there's like just small things we can immediately spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, there's like some builds where I tried the new item, the Umbral Glaive,
Mhm.
but I don't honestly I don't like it as much as the Profane
Mhm.
uh setup with the Axiom Arc.
Yeah, I also don't like it as much. I think it's not as good because it simply slows down your tempo, right? Because you can like one-shot waves and move really quickly if you have profane, and the damage is also pretty good. So I totally agree with
Right.
that. So it does look like you are running. I mean, you've been testing a bit, I reckon. You've been
Yeah.
trying out a lot of stuff. That's fine. Okay, for itemization, the thing that you want to do on Qiyana right now, I'm just gonna pull up my OPG real quick. The thing you want to do with Qiyana right now is basically you want to have Profane as your first item every game, and then you want to go for like defensive boots or Ionians immediately, and then you can rush either Serpents if you need it, if it's needed, or you can rush like Axiom Arc after that, right? Like I did right here.
Okay.
And then you usually go for like Cyrildar's Grudge, and then you can build situational items after that. I don't really ever go Edge of Night secondary unless I'm versing a Rengar, because that champion is just, yeah,
All right.
a bit rough to verse, because he can just one-shot you, so you kinda need Edge of Night, and Death Dance later on in the game.
All right.
Okay, so that's for itemization. Let's take a look. So, what do you think you are exactly struggling with right now? What do you think is your problem?
Honestly, it's kind of a lot. I don't know like if I should tell you like everything that I think I'm struggling with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but just like a little bit about me, like I took a long break from League
Mm-hmm.
because I used to play in season 12, and I was in Aurelia top main at the time, and I was like silver 2, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got back to it season 15, um, picked up Qiyana, and then I don't know how I got to Emerald 4 because I feel a little bit of imposter syndrome. Like, I kind of feel like I don't deserve to be in Emerald 4
Mm-hmm.
because there's just so much happening. But I think like the biggest thing is like kind of team comp understanding, like as to like how I interact with my own teammates. Because like when I was in gold and plat, that didn't really feel that important. Like I only thought about how I interact with the enemies instead.
Mhm.
But now it feels like that feels a lot more important because I feel like my team fights aren't very well,
Mhm.
and I'm a little indecisive in team fights. Like I'm a little impatient. Like I feel very rushed to use my ult or get a good ult. When I force it, I kind of loses the game sometimes with that. I feel like my laning is not as bad as the team fight. Like I will win lane a lot of the times, just I fail to close out the game. So
Mhm.
I kind of think that I'm not playing my role as a mid laner should, which is making the game harder for my team.
Mhm.
And then I think I'm being just punished a lot for mistakes compared to when I was in gold
In
or
lane,
plat.
or do you mean in
Yeah,
the
just
mid game?
in lane and just like in the mid game too. In the mid game too. Um,
Mhm.
just like not good low state usages. Kind of like getting distracted, not thinking about anything. Like objectives will come up and I'll realize it when it's like
Too late.
40 seconds. Yeah, exactly. Um, and just like I think I'm missing some windows to roam and ward as well. Like, and when I do ward or when I do roam, it feels like I don't know how much is too little or too much. Because when I roam too much, I'm just so low on XP and not CSing. So
Mhm.
I'd like help with all that.
Awesome. Okay, that's a lot that you
Yeah.
mentioned, but that's good.
Right.
I like it. It's really good
Right.
self-awareness. So if you don't mind, to be honest, I think it's best to just get into the VODs immediately.
All
And
right.
yeah, start right into it.
All good. I uploaded on YouTube. Is that okay?
Yeah, surely. Just send me the link and we
All right.
can get get started.
Got it.
One thing I wanted to ask, you said that you are distracted. What exactly is distracting you while you are in game? That is something I want to touch on real quick.
I guess like um
Is it IRL stuff, like outside of League, or is it
no no
something
no
within League?
like it's just the I guess my attention span sometimes like especially like my game intensity is a lot higher when I'm playing like 3 games a day, but when it exceeds that,
Hmm.
like I just start to like not think. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
That's
no,
what I
it
meant.
does. It does. It's really hard to focus on more than 3 games in a row. Do you make a break after those 3 games, or do you just like play through it like 6 games or 9 games or whatever?
Honestly, I try to like after each game, I just try to review my first 3 deaths just
Hmm.
to see how that happened, or like and like maybe a trade I was really curious about. But after that, I just start queuing right away. I think I'm a little addicted. It's just really fun. I don't know.
Understandable, yeah. No, it makes sense.
Right.
Um, okay. We'll talk about process in the end of it, right? I just wanted to touch on it real quick. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Let me I'm gonna share you the first VOD. It's let me see if I can get the link. Qiyana versus Katarina.
Hmm.
The Katarina matchup feels alright for me. It's just it's always like I don't know. You'll see the video. I probably made a
Yes.
lot of mistakes, so
That's okay.
wait, can you give me a second so I could take notes?
Yeah, I'm also sending you the entire session. I'm recording it, and you'll get the recording of it. But you can also take notes if
Alright,
you want.
alright, that sounds good, never mind.
All right. We're a bit late into the VOD, no?
I know. I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to record, cause
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
but
That's fine.
yeah.
We'll just go with it that way. It's okay.
Alright.
Okay, so let me see if you press a tab at some point. I would like to see how the game is currently situated. Just wanna see a quick tab.
Hopefully I do press it.
Mm. I might have spotted an issue already.
Alright.
Where is it? Okay. I mean, it's fine. We just go about it this way. It's okay. So you are 2-1, right? We are coming back to lane here. It looks like you do have a lead. So after you have a lead with Qiyana, what is your mindset? How do you want to extend that lead?
Wanna kind of I guess open up to the map more.
Mm-hmm.
Um and play alongside my jungler.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else can you do?
Um
You can play for
look
lane,
to
right?
right.
You could in theory play for lane. I just want you to know about these options, right? Like if with Qiyana, if you have a lead, it's very, very like it's a viable option to play for lane. Even especially if your side lanes are losing and you would lose fights, right? You can still try to play for lane and make yourself as strong as possible. Just wanna put that put that out real quick. So you set play around your jungle and around the map. How do you do that? How do you influence the map?
By playing for strong side
Yeah,
or
that's very good.
and for objectives as well.
And how do you do it technically out of your lane? Like what do you need to do in your lane to influence the map?
Crash the wave.
Exactly.
And I guess yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's exactly. You need to push the wave, and then you need to move to the strong side with the jungle. That's ideally how you convert games. And if you do it consistently, you will have like a lot of beneficial positions out of your early game. So what we see here is that Volibear is going for a skull fight, right?
Right.
So we are not there while we have a 2-1 lead. And if that happens, I would immediately ask myself, what did I do to not be at this fight? Because he will die here, right? It's a 2v1. I mean, I don't know how he got the kill, but now I think your laner will get a kill too, right? I mean, I would be surprised if Katarina doesn't make it. Wow, okay, that's wild. Okay, that is interesting. But you see how
I
this is
think
dangerous, right? Like this is a very, very bad situation for you.
yes, I do.
So ideally, I
I
would
think I
like,
had bad
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I think this was like my first game of the day and my map awareness was really bad.
Hmm.
Like I didn't see this until Bear killed Katarina.
Okay, that's fine.
Or was it a Viego or Nocturne? Yeah.
It was a Nocturne, yeah. So what I would be asking myself is, how did this entire situation here happen? You are lucky that this worked out, right? But if this doesn't work out, it's pretty bad.
Right.
So what I would do here is I would really like try to find a way to be at this place. So what you told me is that it's like an information gathering problem that you had here, right? Like you simply didn't see the map, therefore you didn't adapt to this. Is that right?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Because if this was me, I would just shove this wave in as fast as I can, use all my abilities on the wave in an efficient way, and then just move to the Volibear immediately. Also, one thing with Qiyana, it's really bad to not go as much damage as you can get after your first base or
Okay.
your second base. Like, you don't want to go tier. Going tier is really, really bad. You should basically never do it. You should always just go profane, which is either double longsword, or you want to get a pickaxe first base if you can. Those are
Okay.
kind of the most ideal ways. If and also there's a bit of nuance to it. Like if there's a refillable potion that you want to get, you only want to get that in hard matchups. Like if the matchup is really easy and you know that you will win it like very easily, and not buying refillable allows you to get pickaxe, that is definitely something you should do. But in
Okay.
some matchups, you really need refillable, right? Like if you play against a mage or something that can just trade back easily, you really want to get refillable. Um, exactly. Okay, so let's keep going here. So Katarina comes back to lane. We have a beautiful wave state. This is really ugly for Cat, because she has to walk up. Okay, let's see how we handle this. So what I would do is I would not let this wave crash. I would hold this wave here, and then I would try to play off the minions. I would eat the minions and try to Q the Katarina. Especially if you
Okay.
have a winning position out of the lane, and there's nothing to influence on the map, you should manage the wave in a way where you can pressure the enemy laner. So let's see how we do that. Okay. Yeah, I like it. That's really good. It's amazing. Just slow build this wave. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. It's amazing. Okay, one small trick that you can abuse is you can, instead of getting her to this low HP amount, because I think you can see that this will probably not kill, right? Like you will get her really low, but it will probably not kill the Katarina. So
Right.
what I usually like to do, and this is kind of an advanced thing, but it can really help you out, is you can EQ the Katarina. You can like W auto Q like you did. So W auto and now Q and then just walk away. And leave her at an HP amount that is pretty low. And then I would try to crash this wave and dive her. Because she will, like, if you leave people at an HP amount that is feasible to stay on, they will stay a lot of the times, which then leads to you getting like a window. But with this HP, I mean, you can probably tell like she will just take a reset now, you know? Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay. That's just a small kind of thing. It's pretty advanced, but I still want to mention it because you are like in Emerald already, and I do think that yeah, this can be relevant in some of the matchups. Okay, so we shove the wave. Beautiful. Alright, so I want you to watch the map right now. What do you
Okay.
see on the map exactly? What is your jungler doing? What is your bot lane doing? What's happening?
It looks like jungler's top side.
Mhm.
I think towards bot, and drag is up with Nami, or bot lane's pushed in
Mhm.
kind of, and I guess Nami's setting up for vision.
Mhm. So what do you think will be the next play on the map?
Probably drag.
Mhm. So what are your initial thoughts? Thinking about the fact that Dragon is up and looking at you in this specific situation. Like what do you
I
think you
think
should be doing?
probably setting up for drag. Like I guess I could recall since Volibear's not there yet, since I have a lot of gold as well.
Mhm.
I'm a little stronger,
Beautiful.
and then
You already said it.
walk into right.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So why would you base? I think going for one plate is fine, but I'm pretty sure you will probably stay for more. And staying in lane here is really, really, really bad. Even though you can... Okay, you do take a reset, never mind. Forget everything I just said. Good job. I thought you would stay, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, amazing. Beautiful. Okay, so dragon fight is happening.
How do I something I've been like position like struggling with is kind of positioning. Um and like kind of
Mm.
playing around fog, so yeah, you'll see. I think you'll see.
Okay, this is an interesting one actually. Um, you know the concept of prio, right?
Right.
Okay, so what ends up happening here is that we go for this plating, and that leads to us taking a late reset. And that leads to Katarina getting move on this wave. So now you have to respond to this wave, and Katarina can move into the river and play for the dragon.
Okay.
This means that you are not in time for that, right?
Right.
So this is something we can fix by simply basing earlier, even though we wouldn't get the plating.
Okay.
Okay, but this looks fine actually. I don't know what the enemy team is doing. Are they contesting dragon here? Because I think they are, right? Like they are moving into the area.
Yeah.
Okay, Volibear takes a reset. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Alright, that's a really good trade. I like it. Yeah, we have a beautiful position out of the lane. We really need to find a way to influence the map though. Because your
Yeah.
Katarina is already really cooked. Like, there's no point bullying this guy further. Unless you want to make her go AFK, but I think you just want to win. So that is not really our main purpose. So let's see how we can do that, right? Like, what do you see on the map right now?
Keeper top side, Ilaoi is pushed in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Darius was also winning the matchup, or he was even, but
Okay. Which objective is up
yeah, that's
next?
grubs in 1 minute.
Grubs in 1 minute, right? What I don't see is pings. I don't see any pings towards Grubs, and I also didn't see any pings toward the dragon. So I just wanted to see if you will do it at the Grubs. That's why I didn't mention it here. But the problem is, so far, is that we have an extremely winning position out of lane, and we have a jungler that really loves to skirmish, right? Like Volibear really wants to just run at people, queue them, and yeah, just like have a good fight. And that's the same thing that Qiyana wants to do, right? Like your champion is really good at just setting up fights with your ult in the river. So you kind of want to put yourself in a position where one, you have a lead, which already happened, so good job. That's a box that's ticked. And then after that, you kind of want to play toward the reference point of a champion, which is playing around neutral objectives. And the best way to do that is by communicating them early, right? So your jungler knows, wait, my mid laner actually wants to play dragon. Let me path in a way so I can like get to the dragon. Or my my mid laner wants to play for the grubs. So the problem is that you are not pinging those objectives beforehand, which then leads to the Volibear being a bit lost on the map. Like, he's just not contesting any objective.
Okay.
And I do definitely think you could have contested this dragon. Like, 100%. Like, if we go back all the way, I don't know when it spawned exactly, but let's go back all the way. So it's spawning in a minute, right?
Yep.
This is a moment where I would already be considering how can I play this dragon, right? But the problem is that we are not using our lull states. Like, I didn't see a single tab over the course of like what is it, like 4 minutes or something, which leads to you not really seeing what's going on the map. Like, for example, and this is also why it's a bit hard for me to judge on which side you want to be playing, because you didn't press tab, so I can't see if your bot lane or your top laner is strong, you know? Because if your bot
Right.
lane is getting completely crushed, you can play the dragon, but you can also just ping it off and then play for the grub rotation and make yourself as strong as possible for that. But in order to make the decision, we need to gather information first,
Okay.
which we are not really doing. So I just want to see if this continues being a trend.
All right.
Okay, so let's see. So let's go back a bit further again. Beautiful. So the grubs are coming up. WQ. Amazing. Beautiful. Alright, and this should secure us the grubs. Okay, so this next wave is definitely a wave I would push, because Katarina is still on a death timer, so you can deny her like a lot of minions if you shove this next wave. I want to ask you a question. Why did you not shove that? Like, what was your thought behind that?
Um, I just didn't want her to get back to lane, push it, and then roam.
Mhm.
Because she would, like with the timer she has now, I guess she would get back to lane. But also I'm stronger, so I guess I can always contest prio.
Okay. So there's one reason. There's only one viable reason for not shoving the wave, and that's the Nocturne ult. Because we don't
Okay.
know where Nocturne is. And if you would have said that you are scared of Nocturne, then it's totally fine. I actually think it's the right decision to base here because of Noc, but not because of Katarina getting pushed. Because if you shove fast enough with Home Guards, you will be in time for the next wave. Like, it wouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
So that I just wanted to see if you are aware of the Nocturne ult and the threat that he provides. Okay, that's fine though. As you can see, if you would have shoved that wave, you would have been in danger. There's a Nocturne crossing your lane. Okay, that's huge.
Right.
Um, okay. Okay, I think you did press tab a bit earlier, walking back. Yeah, here it is. So I want to tab. Okay, beautiful. So what do you see on the tab?
Bot lane's losing.
Mm-hmm.
Top is like kind of losing,
Mm-hmm.
and the jungler is almost even.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So it's looking pretty rough, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you do in a losing scenario when your Sidons are losing and you don't really know what to play for? Like, what do you think is the best way to win the game still, or like have a feasible chance of winning?
I honestly just go for guaranteed resources when this happens. Like I like to stay mid lane, so I try to have a better influence on the map
Mm-hmm.
compared to my 0-3 Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and try to get more plates and things like that. Get my gold up. Try to make myself as strong as possible.
There's one magic word, and that word is numbers advantage. So when you have a losing situation out of the like team department, which you clearly have, like Ilawi's up in CS, upper level, enemy bot lane is ahead, enemy Nocturne is not doing too bad, like looks pretty rough. So the only way to realistically win fights is by having a numbers advantage. And the easiest way to do that if you have a lead out of your lane is by shoving the wave in really deep. This means like very close to the enemy tower, like you shove it as fast as possible. And then you can move to plays that are happening, which leads to Katarina having to respond. Like she needs to catch the wave, otherwise she's completely homeless and she will lose a lot of minions, right?
Right.
And then you can like move and you have a 4v3 or like a 3v2 or whatever. And that fight is really winnable. Like even if your team is behind, if you have an numbers advantage, that is usually the best way to win fights. If your team is ahead, it's totally fine to take even numbers fights most of the time, right? But if your team is behind, it's a little bit harder to do that. So this is just something I want to keep in mind um, for the rest of the VOD.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what happens here. Alright, so I don't like this freeze, to be honest. Because we are playing for lane when we could be looking to like actually impact the map. Like even if you poke this Katarina down, it's not worth it, right? Like the thing with this is that health preservation is the most important fundamental coming out of the first base. Like after you reset the first time and come back on the map, health preservation is super super important. Because if you don't have HP or mana, you will not be able to like, move on the map. Which then leads to you like being super susceptible to even losing harder on your side lanes, right? Like if you can't influence the map, fights will usually be lost. Like even if you get this kill, I don't think this is a good kill. Like what we could be doing is we could have shoved this wave very quickly and we could have been bot. Like we could have pinged the bot lane play.
Right.
Plus, I also think that Nocturne still has ult. Like he did use it, but it should be back up. So this is a super dangerous play to go for without having vision on where Nocturne is. Okay. Yeah, now there's a fight happening and we are resetting. If this happens, you need to be extremely curious about like why this happens if you play Qiyana. Like if a fight like this breaks out and you are in base, this is a big red flag. This is a very, very big red flag. So this is really something you need to look out for in your reviews.
Okay.
Because now look what happens. Your team just loses the play. And I can promise you, if you would have been here with Profane, with Ignite, with ult, and you would fight with your Volibear, this would just be a swipe. Because you can also like shove the wave in, as mentioned, make Katarina respond to it, and yeah, just leave her in her lane while you go for a 4v3.
Okay.
Okay. So, what do we see?
The enemy team's fed out of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And drag is in 1 minute.
Alright.
I think at this point I'm really like scared.
You feared?
Yeah, like I'm not really confident in my ability to carry.
Mhm.
So at this point, like objectives are almost outside of my mind. I have it in mind, but I'm not trying to contest in a sense.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question. This might sound weird at the beginning, but it will make sense later on. So, why do you feel comfortable speaking English?
My native language.
Yeah, exactly. You've learned it, right? You simply know the ins and outs of the language. So it's
Right.
natural for you to just speak it, right? Like it's a pretty normal thing. So if we like make an analogy here, you can say the same thing for League and objectives. If you don't like if this is the course of the game, right? And you have these like pivotal objective fights and moments, and you don't naturally know, or you simply don't know how to contest them. Like you have no idea of how to do that because you don't know how to do that with your champion. Like how do you even set up objectives? How do you play them in fights and so on and so on? It will feel really hard to apply it in game because you don't know the theory of it to begin with, right? So
Right.
it's really hard to feel comfortable at carrying the mid game if you don't know how to win the mid game. So there is something we need to talk about, and that is your communication, right? Like your comms. This is super, super important. Like, there have been 2 drakes already and grubs, and we didn't communicate any objective. While we had a completely winning position out of the lane. Like, you completely stomped this Katarina, and you didn't manage to influence the map at all. Like, one single time. There was not a single fight you took bot or top that had some beneficial outcome for you. Which is your responsibility, right? Like if you have the lead out of the lane, you need to translate that lead into winning. And I'm pretty sure that's also the thing that you are struggling with. So I want to give you like a step-by-step kind of way of doing that consistently, okay? So to me, it seems like you are getting leads out of the lane quite often. Like the way you played this lane was pretty good. I mean, I didn't see the first 3 waves, but what you did after. And also the way you kind of like killed this Katarina was super clean. I don't think you have mechanical issues, at least from what I've seen so far. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, huge. So that being said, we need to take a look at, after like step 1 is done, we have a lead. We need to take a look at step 2, which is extending that lead, translating it into a winning position. And the way you usually do that is you use your lull states to press tab and take a look at, first of all, which objective is up. That's the first question you need to ask yourself. So, which objective is up? And the other question is, can you contest it? So can you fight that objective that is coming up, right? So the second question is, can I fight? And if you say yes, that's the moment where you need to ping the objective. And if you think that's a no, that's the moment where you ping off the objective and do something else on the map, right? For example, the enemy team is contesting Drake. You can ping it off and just make a top lane play, you know, or invade or something. You know, like you can just do anything that's not contesting the objective. But the first underlying thing you need to do is you need to ask yourself, what is the next objective and can we fight it? And the reasoning of whether or not you can fight it is like who is strong and who is weak, right? Like if your top laner is giga weak, let's say your top laner is 0-3 and grubs are coming up, the chances of you getting that objectives are extremely slim because you will get shoved in all the time, you know, he's like losing the lane, so he will not be strong for this fight. So you can ping the grubs off, as an example, right? But if you don't use your lull states, this entire reasoning is not even coming into play, right? Like you can't even ask yourself questions if you don't use your lull states properly and if you don't ask yourself like high quality questions when walking to lane or when having a little bit of time in your laning phase when there's nothing happening, right? So I think that your lull state usage is a really big one, like very, very, very big one. Does that
Got
make
it.
sense for you so far?
Yes, it does.
Alright, huge. So I just want to show you an example of how that can look. So you can kind of see how this can, in theory, be done. And then it's like a lot easier for you to understand. So let's choose a game where I didn't end. One moment. Yeah, so I played this game here into an Orianna. I'll just skip through it. Okay, whatever. I killed the Orianna, I first blood her, we take a base. Okay, so look at how long I'm holding tab here. Do you see my cursor? I'm literally like scanning for what's happening on the map. And I already see, okay, Darius is kind of winning top, like he has a bit more CS. Jungle is even, right, like nothing happened. Bot lane is also pretty even, so all good. This is just a small lull state, like not much is happening here. But already I'm doing it, right? Like you can already see that I'm very intentional with this. And now what I'm doing is I'm preserving my HP. I mean, I'm pretty sure I killed this guy because he just runs into me. So we killed Orianna, let's skip forward. I ping my bot lane away, and we take a reset. And I'll take a look at what we do here. Yeah, we watch the map, we see Viego is top. Alright, so now I know, okay, my Viego is ahead. I press tab again. What do I see? My Viego is now 1 kill. Top lane is losing pretty hard, you know, and bot lane is still even. Beautiful. So we continue. I'm pretty sure I kill this guy again in a moment. Yeah, she dies. So I one-shot the wave, and now again I'm pressing tab, you know, I'm trying to figure out what's happening, and I realize my top laner is actually losing now, because he will lose this entire wave. So my attention automatically is shifted towards bot lane, right? Because I know that my top laner just died. So look at what I do with that reasoning. Do you see that? I ping the dragon and I ping it 3 times in the chat. Because I want my jungler to contest this dragon. Now, whether or not he does
Mm.
that, that's up to him. But I did my job, you know, I made my intention clear. And, okay, I int, this is pretty bad. And the way I would review this death for myself, for example, would be, is this a good or a bad death, you know? So, and this is like a very clear case. Orianna is 0-3. I don't need to kill this guy further. She's completely out of the game. So instead of using my Ignite and my ult, I can just play it slow, respect that Bard is like not on the map, you know, wait for my Viego to come on the map, and then just play the dragon with him. It's just simply the best, objectively best play to do. So I take a reset, I come back, I press tab. And I see that now my Viego is on the bot side. So what I do is I set up a gank, you know. But this all comes from like simply being very aware of what's happening. I mean, I don't know why. Yeah, it's okay. So do you see how I'm like permanently looking at the map? I'm permanently pressing tab. I'm permanently looking at what I want to play for. It's
Yeah.
just I'm never really like autopiloting. And that comes one with high intensity, but also with simply using your lull states. It's really not that deep. Like you just need to use your lull states. And you need to find a way to use your lull states like properly. So right now, for example, I want you to ask yourself a question like, what do you see on the map right now? Where's the jungler and what's happening on the map?
Like with this scenario right now.
Yeah, exactly. What do you see right now? Like, what will the Viego do in the next 30, 40 seconds?
Probably contest Drake.
Okay, I think he's gonna full clear. Probably, because his entire camps are up, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
So if he doesn't full
Oh, like
clear,
all of
he's
them.
behind the curve. Resource-wise. So usually junglers really want to full clear. So
Okay.
what you can do, and I want my jungler to full clear, by the way, because it's simply like very efficient, you know, like I don't want him to skip camps to do the dragon. Personally, I think that's super bad. So what I would do, or what I should do, what I didn't do here, I should ping these grubs. Even though my top laner is like a bit behind, I should ping these grubs. Why? Because it aligns with my Viego full clearing and then teaming up here. So what I will do, or what I should have done, is I should have killed this minion. Actually, I should have taken a reset just to buy a little bit better items, because there's nothing to do on the map right now. And then I can just come back, and I'll be perfectly on time for the grubs. I can also move top, it's also fine. So yeah, I get a kill. But yeah, looking back, I think it would have been better to just play the grubs. I don't want to drag this on for too long. But I think you see the whole point of like using your lull states, permanently looking at the map, you know, just trying to figure out a way to influence the map. And I wasn't really looking for the Orianna anymore at that point. I just didn't care. I made one mistake when I ulted her here, the thing that we talked about, right? But after that, I didn't really interact in the lane anymore. I just one-shotted the wave every single time, and I moved with my Viego. That's all I did.
I see.
And yeah. I mean, you can trade in a way, and this is like, so this is really something I want to note down as well. Like, the easiest way to explain it is your priorities simply change. Okay? Your priority in the early lane is to get a lead. I think you would agree with that. You want to trade, you want to, you know, use your ignite, flash, whatever, in order to simply create a leading position for you. The thing is, as soon as you have that lead, your priorities kinda shift. As soon as you hit level 6, and you already have a lead off the lane, my eyes are like this, basically. Like, the way of looking at the map is like that. I'm not really, like, considering anything that's, like, happening here anymore too much. The only thing I would do is I would only trade if I don't lose a single bit of HP. Literally. Like, if I stay entirely full HP, and I can get a like EQ and then W out immediately, I will do that, because it simply puts my lane up behind even further, without me being in any danger of losing health and not being able to move on the map. Okay?
Okay.
So what you want to do is, after your lane, you want to shift priorities. And the priority goes from lane to map, essentially. Does that whole thing make sense for you, or is anything unclear?
No, that makes sense.
Alright, beautiful. Do you have another vote, maybe? Because honestly, like we lost a lot of impact already. Like I think the game is just super hard to play from here on out. Like
Yeah.
I can see this is a trend, and it probably kept on happening. Like we are 5-1, and we, yeah, just had a very hard time just influencing the map, which then leads to you obviously like losing the game.
Right. Yep. I have another VOD.
Huge. Yeah, what I'm gonna check is I'm just gonna check if the same patterns kind of repeat, right? Oh, just on
Okay.
a lane. Okay, that's interesting. Do you struggle with this lane, or do you think it's easy?
Honestly, it was my first time doing it. Like, I remember it was like an actual thing back when I used to play
Mhm.
in season 12, but I haven't seen it since. So, it was my first time tackling it again.
Mhm.
But yeah, you'll see. I think I die at first because I didn't respect the barrier.
Mhm.
But yeah, you'll see.
Okay. Rune-wise, never take resolve. You either
Okay,
take Conqueror and Domination secondary, or you take Electrocute and Precision secondary. Alright?
all good.
Like, you really need to be able to make use of those runes. Your name had me cracked up, by the way. Oh, God. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so what is the trading pattern you want to use the most into Tristana?
I want to well, normally I will want the wave shoved in, so I have a lot more space to run her down, but I won't really try to use E until she uses W. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. What about elements? What about the exact trading patterns? We need to be very exact with how we trade into ADCs. What is the best way to trade? What do you think? If you
I'm
don't
not
know,
sure
that's fine.
actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I normally use grass all the time.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. So the thing is, like going from Emerald to Diamond is also a lot about matchups. Like really understanding the ins and outs of the matchup. Not on an extremely high level, but at somewhat of a detailed level. Like you need to know at least like the basic trading patterns that you need to use into that lane, right? So what I would definitely do is like really go in detail a little bit about how you can trade into very specific champions. So
Okay.
you need to perma spam grass. And I don't know if you do you watch my videos, my content by any chance?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I just created a video where I explained why this kind of area is like very important for Qiyana.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
And what you usually want to do is you want to bait Tristana into trying to auto attack you by walking up and posturing aggressively while holding grass. You can only do this while holding grass. Which then ends up happening is she walks up, you can Q her in grass, you can grab grass above again, and then you can walk up in stealth and use auto attack and then a Q. And then proc Electro with 2 grass Qs essentially. Was that clear? What I mean by that?
Yes, yes.
Huge. Okay. And that leads to you being full HP and Tristana being like this low of health, right? And then you don't keep on trading, by the way. You just walk out and you just take the good trade and then you like play on your next rotation where you can essentially one-shot her.
Okay.
That is how you want to play the lane into Tristana. So I just want to see how you do this, like how you actually take trades. So, and this is like the thing, right? Like you standing here all the time is really bad already. Like it's really hard to explain why, but it simply doesn't force Tristana to walk up at all. Like if you stand here, you are forcing a reaction because you can try to Q her on the last hits, you know. But if you stand here, you can't really pressure the Tristana at all. So I would really try to always stand here on the side and try to permanently like mess with this guy when he goes for these last hits. And if he doesn't go for the last hits and he tries to trade with you, you did what we just talked about. It's very
Okay.
obnoxious and annoying. Like it puts permanent pressure on the Tristana, and it makes the lane like very hard to play.
Got it.
Okay, you can't do this. Yeah, you just get stat checked like this. This is I already know you will die here. 1,000,000,000% you will die.
Yeah.
And by the way, even if you get this kill, it's not even a good kill. Like the wave is kind of okay, but you don't want to trade kills usually. Like Qiyana is so strong in the early lane that you always want to trade in a beneficial way for you. Like you never really want to trade in a way where you trade 1 for 1 or you lose like your entire health bar. Because what can also happen is you kill the Tristana and then you just die to the enemy jungle or something, right? Like usually it's just best to take very short bursty trades and then dip out. And then all in when you have kill range. Actually, I want to show you an example of the grass usage, which is the same VOD, I think. So I preserve my health, right? Oh, I tried to, but she did actually space me really well, so it wasn't that easy. I grab grass. I try to stay full HP. As you can see, I'm just giving up minions. Now I use grass Q, grab grass again, walk up, and I'm able to hit a Q, walk up again, and now she's like standing next to me, and I can just run her down with Conqueror. You see that? It's really
Yeah.
disgusting. It's like so annoying to verse. And you can do that with Electrocute as well. But what you would be doing here is you would just proc Electro and run out. Ideally while
Right.
holding grass, and then you can just like walk out again, right? Yeah, so that is kind of how you want to do it. I don't know if
Makes
there's
sense.
another lane where I where I did run Electrocute. I think I ran Electrocute here. I mean, I was 6-1. I actually played really well, but we still lost. Wait a second. Okay, so health preservation. This is still fine. Oops, you're standing next to me. Do you see
You're
that?
cooked.
Insane
Yeah.
trade. And now I just grab ice because I know that she's in kill range. It's just so annoying to verse, you know? I don't continue the trade. I just take the electrocute trade, I dip out. And now I'm hard contesting this wave because I do want to hit level 3. I dodge out on the damage. I hit level 3. I wanted to E on the minion there. I really messed up. Also, so usually this is a free kill right here. Like, I can just E on the minion, and I can Q her and then grab Brock and then run her down, right? I think you see the angle. The problem is
Yeah.
that I fucked up skilling my E. Don't ask me why, but I just messed it up. Which then leads to me not even getting the kill. But the kind of trading pattern right here with grass is the same exact one, right? Like I use grass. I could have even grabbed grass here, by the way, in stealth, and then walked up and used auto tech Q with grass, and then I wouldn't have lost any health. Would have even been better, I think. So yeah, that's kind of the trading pattern that you want to, like, you really want to abuse grass in lane as Qiyana.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, let's take a look. So we do end up dying. If I would review this lane, by the way, this would be review ending. Like I would end the review here. Like if you die early
Got it.
game as Qiyana, it's really, really bad. Like really bad. You are not allowed to die. And that's just how I treat my own reviews. Like you need to hold yourself to a very high standard for the lane. You can't be okay with dying like this. I mean, you don't need to bully yourself for it. That's not what I'm saying. But like, you need to be
Yeah.
aware of the fact that it's like not good, and that you need to fix that the next time you play the matchup going
Got it.
forward.
I understand.
Okay, okay. So let's take a look. Uh, if you kill Lilia fast, I think this is fine. If it takes too long, you might lose a lot of minions here because it's a Ken wave. Yeah, now your
I think I
lane is a bit
overextended.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. E auto Q. Yeah, I don't mind that trade. Now W out. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. The thing is, imagine you take this trade while being even level and full HP. And now she's like here and you're full HP level 5. You know how scary this is?
Right.
See the difference? Like it's a huge difference.
I do. I do.
And also, like, I usually create rules for myself. And one of the rules is that I never cheat any waves. So I don't basically drop waves. And by going for this play, what you are essentially saying is that I'm okay with losing this full wave by moving here. Because it could happen that you get wiped, right? Like, it could happen that Tristana jumps in, you die, you lose the play, in theory. So, what I would always do here is I would stay in lane. And even here, like, if we have a bit better map awareness, you can just one-shot this wave now, and then move into the river already.
Okay.
Because then it won't stack here. You see that?
Yeah, I do. Would you if the Zac engaged like on his own, would you ever consider ditching the wave to fight this,
No,
or would you always just push?
never.
Okay,
Because you want to make decisions that create consistency. Like,
got it.
you don't want to go for decisions that might be good this game, but will be bad in like 9 out of 10 other games, if that makes sense. And
Yeah, then it would be hard to improve.
yeah, because the problem is, like, you can see I'm pretty high rank at the moment, right? And the way I did that is by simply having the same rule set for myself every single game. Like, I don't change the rules for my gameplay. I just stick to them every single game. I even have a sticky note that I can show you where I have my runes, like, wait, where is it? Here it is. So as you can see, these are kind of my rules that I stick to at the moment. Don't cheat any waves. This is true for lane and side lane. And if I look at this VOD, as you can see, if you move here, you are basically cheating the wave. So the way you can go about this is you can say, okay, could I have shoved the first wave a bit quicker? Or do I shove this wave? Pushing this wave is actually a bit hard because it's like in a freezing position. So I would say in every case it would have been better to like just one-shot this wave, you know? And then you already have like, yeah, learning done. You just need to like one-shot the wave if it would stack. And the easiest way to do that is by simply understanding that, like here you can already see the next wave is coming in, right? So if you push this too slow, it will stack, which is like pretty bad for you. Exactly. So now let's take a look. So yeah, don't TP to numbers disadvantage fights. This is when I was running TP on Qiyana. Don't die on weak side. This essentially means when my entire team is top lane, I just have to play safe. Even if I think I can kill someone, I have to play safe. Because if the enemy team is bot, then I die, we lose like a lot. Because they can just like overload it, right, and get towers and stuff. Don't waste R if I want to play the upcoming objective. This is a very, very big one. And if I look back, you ulted the Katarina, right? Like you killed her, you ulted the cat, and used flash and everything. When like grubs were up in like I don't know 30 seconds or something. This is something I personally would not have done. Because I simply have a rule that doesn't allow me to do that if I want to contest the grubs. Do you see where I'm coming from slowly with like the consistency type of thing?
Yeah, yeah.
They're just things you want to do every game, no matter what, in regards to your champion's identity. And
Understood.
yeah, not cheating waves is one of them because quest is super important, and you lose a lot of golden XP. Even if you get a kill, like even if you kill Lilia, if you lose that cannon wave, this is a bad kill. Because cannon gives you a lot of experience, gold, all of that stuff, right? And the
Right.
relative value is just higher. Also, what I see a lot is that people roam bot, you know, they get 2 kills and then they lose 2 mid lane waves and they give the enemy laner like 2 platings. And then the enemy laner is a level up, even though you got 2 kills, which is terrible. Because you had a leading position and now your enemy laner is stronger than you. it's actually a bit, yeah. So that's something I personally wouldn't do. Okay, so we go for this play. Yeah, we got the trade in onto the Tristana here. And if I see this, I would really look to base soon. Also, if you walk up, like this by the way, with ice into a Tristana that has more HP, you are basically saying, hello, kill me. That's essentially what you are saying. Like, you want to die here by walking up like this. Because she
Alright.
can just W on you and she can kill you, but because you don't have grass. Okay, good. We switch elements. This is exactly what I want to see. Okay, so we get an... Yeah, this is good. E. What you can also do, by the way, is you can just jump on her. Because if you do this trick once more, with like walking back and forth, this was quite nice. I like this. You can just E on the Tristana and use like E auto Q, like you did right here. And then she's like
Okay.
very low, and then you can one-shot the wave and then take a base, for example, right? EQ, WQ, damn, nice, beautiful. You get the kill, one-shot the wave, you take a reset, get a pickaxe, refillable, amazing, yeah, beautiful. Okay, now let me see a tab. Please let me see a tab, beautiful. Okay, so what do you see?
I see bot is losing,
Mm-hmm.
and
Are they?
or sorry, Drake is up. Bot's not really losing, I guess, since um Ike has 2 kills. Uh, yeah,
I think it's okay. I think it's totally fine. Like, yeah, Pyke is strong,
pretty
but
even.
I mean, Twitch is going to miss the entire wave, right? Like, if you look bot right now, he just died. So you'll miss the entire
Right.
wave. So I think it's actually okay. Yeah.
Okay.
What else do you see?
Top is pretty top. Well, top died, so I
Mhm.
guess he's in sort of a losing position. He hasn't really missed any minion waves or anything.
Mhm.
The Zac is stronger than the Lilia,
Mhm.
or I guess maybe we just haven't seen her on the camera or on the map, so it hasn't shown her items or anything.
Yeah, no, but I do think your Zac is strong. I think we can agree on that. Like, your Zac is pretty
Right.
strong. So, what's your plan?
I see the I see that sorry, bot has prio and Zac is also bot, so we can definitely try to contest
Mhm.
back. And I'm level 6, so really good for us.
Okay. Huge. Yeah, I like it. So, what we need to do after seeing that is, yeah, what do we need to do? Like, what is your actionable step that you need to take right now to signalize to your team that you want to play the bot side or this dragon?
Definitely ping it.
Ping it, right? No, I don't see any pings.
Right,
So that is something we can definitely work on, right?
right.
Okay.
I try to like trade and run away, but
Ooh.
I couldn't get the ignite off.
Oh, this Tristana is slow. She could have just jumped onto you and killed you there. But alright.
So would you just have put grass and ran away or something? Or like not even use grass, just run away?
The problem is this. The problem is that
No
we are not
vision.
using our vision. And what you always need to remember is the first wave after coming back to base is usually very dangerous because your vision has run out, right? Like you just walked back from base. So your priority number one after coming back from base is setting up vision. And usually you want to do that on the side that you are winning on. So what I would have done is I would have immediately ran here and placed some vision there, or tried to place vision on the Fairlight and then come back to the lane. This is what I have
Got
done.
it.
And then I would have played really slow because your Zac wants to base, right? Um, yeah. So this wouldn't even have it wouldn't have happened, right? If we place our vision and yeah, play slow. Also, we are using our ult here. When Dragon is up, and you want to play bot side, right?
Right.
Plus, you are now again in a position where she has lane control. Like, usually how this should look is, the way this should look is you should be able to step up in lane and threaten this guy all the time on the minions, and she should be sitting back here, fearing for her life. That's how it should look. But what it looks like very often to me is that you lose a lot of health when you come back from base, which then doesn't allow you to play the map at all, or pressure your enemy laner. Okay? You have to reset, by the way. Like, you really need to find the base window. Do you understand why?
Yeah, I'm pretty low on resources and
Mm-hmm.
drag's coming up as well.
Yeah,
Or it is up.
there are cues, right? Like, usually low health, low mana, and high gold. Those are kind of the cues that really want to make you reset. Like, if I'm, yeah, how can I explain this? Like, I really want to base. Like, when I see this situation, my mind and my gut is permanently like, bro, you need to base. Like, look for a base, please. I beg you. Like, this is how I'm thinking. Just try to base at all costs somehow. So I would ping off this dragon, and I would just use the fact that Tristana is not on this lane to just one shot the wave and then play the grubs. Right? Like, this would be my plan personally. And we do that. Absolutely beautiful.
You just didn't ping the grubs.
Yeah, we just didn't ping the objective because we didn't use our last states. And if we would have done that, by the way, um, I'm pretty sure if we would have done that like right here, our Zac would just full clear. He would just play the grubs at you, right? Like he wouldn't go for the spot lane play because you are simply not there. Tristana can move, whatever, right? Like the reason why Zac goes for this play is because he's like just thinking, yeah, I mean, what do I do here? You know, let me just gank bot, right? But if he has a clear idea of, grubs are up. My Qiyana wants to play grubs, you know. Then he might reconsider his decision to go bot and dive a Twitch with the Pike and just like clear and then reset and then do the grubs, you know. So you actually have a lot of impact over what your team wants to do and how they behave. You just need to communicate properly. And you need to make your team excited for it as well. Like, if they are excited to play the grubs, they will most likely set up everything for it. Have you watched the Qiyana guide? On the
On
website?
MLA?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I just don't know if it's still like all valid, just the new season and stuff.
The objective part thing is, I think.
Okay.
So if you want to watch that sequence, where you can, like, there's a mid game sequence.
Yeah.
That's definitely something you should take a look at.
Got it.
Yeah, and now you lose the grubs because your Zac is like not there, and the reason why he's not there, I mean, we talked about that. Like, it's just, yeah, we just didn't ping the objective, so he went for the bot lane play, and yeah. So I don't know, like, you probably realize as well, right? Like, it's just a pattern that keeps on repeating, right? Like, I've seen 2 VODs, and it's the same thing over and over. So to me, honestly, it's pretty clear what we need to work on. So it does seem like, so I'm just going to give you 2 objectives, okay? And I want you to work on those objectives for like 2 weeks maybe. And if you need more time, take more time. Like, this is just a rough idea of how long this will take. And especially with Qiyana, it can take a bit longer. So what I would definitely do is, number 1, and this is more of a mini goal, I would say, is that I would try to, you know, level up the lane a little bit. Like, try to use grass a bit more, you know, use the trading pattern here. This is just a mini kind of side quest, if you want so, right? Like, try to play the lane a little bit better. Just have this in the back of your mind, you know, playing around grass, trying to use this edge right here that we talked about, and yeah, just trying to be a bit more aggressive, you know, posture a bit more aggressively and try to like pressure your enemy laner when he tries to farm, okay? This is just like the first thing I would try to work on. The second thing, and this is by far like the big one, like this is the really, really, really big one, is that I would really try to improve my lull state usage. And this should be your main goal. And the best way to do that is by simply, when walking back to lane, you have a lot of time, right? Like, this is not a little bit of time, this is at least like 15 to 20 seconds, where you can just think about what you want to do. And then I want you to create a plan based on the information that you have, right? So you basically need to ask yourself, okay, what objective is up? Can we contest that objective, right? Like, can we contest? Then you need to ask yourself, who's strong, who's weak? I mean, I guess this is the first question, because like this kind of dictates whether or not you want to play Drake or not, you know? But these are kind of the questions that you want to ask yourself. And depending on what your result is, then you create a plan. And then what's really important is that you need to level up your pings. So you need to level up your communication towards those objectives. So if you come to the conclusion in these 15-20 seconds that you want to play the dragon, then ping it, you know? Oh, and also one thing I didn't mention is jungle, right? Like, where your jungle is. So you have all these different things that you want to ask yourself. And the easiest way to start is by simply asking yourself, what's next? Like, what do you simply want to do next? And then usually you will your brain will automatically start thinking about that. And this is just the easiest way for you right now to significantly improve your gameplay. The laning thing is nice, and I think you should do it, but it's not really something I would hone in on right now. What I would really hone in on is like the lull state usage and leveling up your communication. So first of all, calibrate the map, and second of all, you know, create a plan and then execute up on it. And the main important thing with executing it is that if the plan doesn't work out, that's beautiful, because then you have something to review and you can be like, why did this bot lane play not work out, right? Like, then you can actually start thinking about why things are working out, why things are not working out, and that will give you a better idea of how you play the mid game. So that will lead to you speaking mid game more fluently, if you want so, you know? And then it will feel a lot more comfortable for you to win more games and to also play the mid game. And that will lead automatically to you not forcing so much in your lane. Because what I also feel like is that you forced a lot of plays because you don't feel comfortable playing a mid game. This is kind of the impression that I get from how you've been playing in these two VODs.
Yeah, I feel like that 100%.
Okay. Is there anything unclear about what I said? Is there anything you want to ask?
No, no, I mean, I definitely will. Like a lot of the things you told me definitely added to what I was already suspecting I needed to work on, but it definitely made things a lot more clear. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries. Huge. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll send you over the VOD of the session. And if you got any questions in the meantime, don't hesitate to just send me a DM. You know, I'm always there to help you out.
Appreciate it. And how often do you recommend, like, if I want to do like regular coaching,
Hmm.
um like how many weeks in
Okay,
between
so
should each session be?
yeah, so what you can do, this is something I do myself, is because you are part of the MLA, right? You can also just take a session in the MLA and then you can alternate them a bit with me if you want that, because it can be hard to get a review um like on a regular sometimes because the time is like 2.5 weeks or something, and sometimes you want to have them a little bit earlier, right? So what I would do, and this is what I do, is I take one session in the MLA with like one of the coaches. I mean, usually it's just Shock, Aledos, Tim, Curtis, like whoever just suits me well in that moment. Also, if you wanna know who I would choose from the MLA for a session, you can also just let me know, and I'm gonna tell you. And then I take a session. I currently have like sessions with Shock, because he has reached like high challenger in a lot of the areas I want to reach high challenger as well, like in the countries, right? Like he's been to Korea, he's been to EU, and that's why I take sessions with Shock. And then I take a session in the MLA again, and then I take another session with Shock. So what you can do, you can take, like you just had a session with me. What you can then do is you can take a session in the MLA, just tell them what you've been working on, and then you can take another session with me, and then another one within the MLA, and just have a really nice flow. If you want, you can also only take sessions with me. If you prefer having that, that's also totally fine. That's totally up to you, right? Like I just want to give you the different opportunities that you can kind of, yeah, get coaching with, if that makes sense for you.
Yeah, that's perfect. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. Huge. Yeah, so yeah, to conclude your question, I think 2 or 3 weeks, roughly. Like it
Okay.
really depends on how you feel. Okay. Like if you, after 2 weeks, if you are like, well, this is working out amazingly well, like like this is just beautiful. I don't make any mistakes with this anymore. Then yeah, sure, you can just come back, get another review in. That's totally fine. If after 2 weeks you realize this is still pretty hard, like I probably need another 2 weeks, then don't feel rushed. Like this is your own journey. Just take it as it comes and don't feel rushed to have a strict schedule of like having a review or whatnot. That's how I would go about it.
Okay. Um, and just one more question.
Hmm.
Like the type of VOD, like, is there any preference to like how you would like what type of VOD you would like to see? Like one that I lost hard, or one that I won, or anything like that?
There's a resource on the MLA website that basically explains how to choose the perfect VOD. But what I
Okay.
usually say, and this is like pretty easy, is the most recent VOD that hasn't been a full stomp. So unless it's not like a 15-minute FF and it's very recent, that's a good VOD to bring.
Got it.
Anything else is not. I wouldn't overcomplicate it too much, right? Like obviously, if there is a specific issue that you are struggling with and it's a specific thing you want to work on, then obviously bring a VOD that kind of includes that problem that you have, right? Like if that is something you want to do, that's okay. But if you don't really know what to work on, I would just try to like, don't choose a full stomp and choose the most recent VOD that you can get. And yeah, that's simply how I would do it.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, with that being said, yeah, have a beautiful rest of your day. And as mentioned, if you got any questions, don't hesitate to send me a DM. And yeah, I'm happy to help you out.
All right. Thank you for your time, sir. I'll
Yeah,
see you later.
see you. Have a nice one. Bye bye.
You too. Goodbye.